destination mark.
That's right, hashtag Bring Back Spyro is back. Hey guys, how's it going? Marcelo here, and big shout out right off the bat to Eric Halverson on my What About Spyro video, who linked me to two specific petitions to bring back Spyro, and I signed them both, and I really think you guys should too, so I'm going to try and press these, so you guys can share them. It's change.org and the petitionsite.com. They're the ones that have these petitions right now to try and get Activision to realize that we want Spyro the Dragon back. Not just more Skylanders and him barely being in them, because one thought that went in my head was, when we got the Crash announcement, was, hey, this is the first time in literally years since Crash and Spyro have ever been in something together, right? I'm not even sure. I think he is, but I don't even know if the Spyro figure will even make an appearance, will be compatible with this iteration of Skylanders, because I heard that they are kind of planning to discontinue the Spyro figure, and if that's going to happen, if I didn't say it before, then fucking do something else with the character, Activision. Jesus. Give them to Vicarious Visions. They handled Spyro at 1.2. They'll be able to do him justice, I'm pretty sure. Or hell, maybe then Ted Price can finally realize, oh, they don't want to use him anymore. Maybe we can do something with him again, since they did Ratchet and Clank. Like I'm a broken record with him at that point with Ratchet. They did so well with the reboot. They can always reboot Spyro in the exact same way, and that would be big bucks right there, because of the character, not just because of the name, because of all that. At this point, the name does kind of have something to do with it, truthfully. But it's for a good cause, not just because, it's for a good reason, not just because it's Spyro. The name's Spyro, and if you're dumb, well, we're gonna throw Spyro right at you. Like, it's not even that. He was an iconic PlayStation character from back in the day, and we want to see him return to those roots. The same way that Crash is going to have that happen to him in due time, next year. And with these petitions, I feel that we can really get our voices heard. I mean, Sony's, back when they were hinting at Crash and all that, one of the last things they said was, oh, we're aware of the demand for Crash, but we can't really say anything right now. So, I don't really want them to, so much as dance around Spyro whenever we try to bring him up, if they end up having something in the works eventually. But to know that they have something in the works eventually for Spyro that brings him back to his classic platforming roots, that's all we can ask for right now, because Spyro is just as important to many of us, PlayStation fans, as Crash is. So the fact that even, that Crash is coming back is amazing. Now what about Spyro? And that's what that whole video was about. So link down below to that. Of course, obviously link down below to the two petitions. How do you know that they're legit? One of them was signed by Charles Imbillis, the freaking character designer, the concept artist who came up with the designs for Crash, for Spyro, for Jack, and Daxter and all them. So that's legit. That's pretty cool. He even wants to see them return. Now that we're getting Crash coming back, I'm pretty sure he's pretty happy that they're making, they're remaking the trilogy, and possibly even reusing his character designs. And they went way deep into the archives of his old character designs for the basis of Crash's look in Skylanders. So that's really cool. But yeah, no, please, this is gonna be a short video. All I'm trying to say right now is sign these petitions, or at least look at these petitions, read the comments. Because you'll see me there, you'll see Charles Imbillis in one of them, you'll see Greg Miller, actually, which is pretty funny. His comment was really funny to read. You'll see him in one of them. Actually, the same one that Charles Imbillis is in, and that one in particular is, I believe, the change.org one. So yeah, check those two out. They're both in the description, and check out, if you haven't seen it already, my What About Spyro video. Spread on Twitter, hashtag. I rarely use hashtags because I don't really like the fad of it, ironically, but hashtag Bring Back Spyro. If our voices have to get heard somehow on social media, I think hashtag is one of the best ways to do it right now. So yeah, hashtag Bring Back Spyro, and sign the petitions, and spread the word. If Sony can hear us with Crash, then I'm pretty sure they're also going to want to hear us with Spyro. Andrew House, also in that one video, which I don't know if I can find it, then link down below. If not, then try and find it yourselves, because I haven't seen that video in a while. But he was in one of the first instances before the Crash announcement of them outright teasing Crash, saying, "Oh, we'd like to work on it eventually again someday." Andrew House was one of the first ones to do that, and he didn't just mention Crash, he mentioned both Crash and Spyro. So, if the demand for Crash was heard loud and clear on their end, then there's no reason that Spyro can't be her as well. Because I'm done with hearing all this Skylanders stuff. The only Skylanders thing I'm looking forward to, though I never thought I had to say that. I'm looking forward to something in Skylanders, but it's Crash related. So I mean, I want to get the figure. Should I go ahead and tease it now? I might end up getting the PS3 edition. I'm not going to keep the game for very long, but you may end up seeing on here eventually, by the end of the year, October, November, whenever I can do it, a first impressions video on the gameplay of Crash in Imaginators. At some point. I'm thinking that might end up happening. Then I'm fucking chucking that game. I'm getting rid of it because I just want the figure. I'm gonna sell that game, hopefully get some money off that. It's a new ass game, so I mean, probably thinking at least a couple bucks, or at least trade it in for another game that I know I'm going to play. So, all I want is the figure, because this Skylanders figure is the first Crash figure to be made by anyone, in a healthy amount of years. Or, I guess ironically would say an unhealthy amount of years. A long ass time. So I'm gonna stop dragging this out. Once more, broken record. Please check out these petitions. Please sign these petitions. You can do it anonymously, so that way you don't have to give them your info and all that. It's not a whole lot of info. It's just like your address, your email, your zip code. But they make you a profile just based off that right there. So I mean, if you sign it anonymously, I don't think you need to give them all of that, and therefore you won't have an automatic account once you sign the petition. But I did. You'll see my name there. I totally want to make myself known because I want to be one of the ones to be like, hey, spread the word, spread this shit. If you're a huge PlayStation fan, a huge Spyro the Dragon fan, or even just a gaming fan, this is an icon from the 90s that isn't just a 90s thing and, oh, it's so old now, who cares? No. Spyro's still relevant. They're just not using him to his full potential because he's in a series still and he's still being used and you can still see him around. He's going to be in the new freaking Skylanders Netflix series, but at what cost? Because is he going to be a main character or is he not? He's not even voiced by Josh Keaton in that series. I forget who he's voiced by, but I mean, I don't know, but I'm done seeing him in Skylanders. I have not wanted to see him in Skylanders since I first saw that one image when Spyro's Adventure was announced. I want to see Spyro the Dragon back. I really want to see Spyro the Dragon back. So yeah, I'm Marcelo. See you guys later. Take care. Send the petitions.